Just doing a skill build for this guy. I've got over 70 hours in the game, having beat the game on every hero. And I am pleasantly surprised with REMI for single player. I did this as my co-op build. You can see here that I finished the game. I'm back in Redfall, and the reason for that is simply that when you play with a host, the record of the game is kept on their computer. So when we finished, I just started the game again, as you do. The level cap in the game is level 40. It's more like a Farcry player game, the developers said. It is a bit like a Borderlands in that you've got a randomised way of looting and shooting, but you can't farm bosses over and over. Now, the game doesn't pause in single player. I'm just about to kill some Vamps and show you the weapons I would suggest for any character, but also just some of the skills here. So let's have a look at the skill tree first. Now, when you start out, these just unlock without skill points at all. So you've got your small cooldown, the siren that you use. I've got that for my thumb button. Your C4 charge that is useful, and I did try upgrading that and playing with that a bit. But I do like this one for solo play, and I'll explain why. Now, on the difficulty settings, that can be changed at any time in the game. It won't change the existing things you're about to kill, it says there. I'm not sure how that works. Eclipse is unlocked onto sort of nightmare difficulty. I'm playing that on Dev, who's 32 at the moment. We'll take one more playthrough to cap out at level 40. So, let's go to skills. I think in solo play, the hardest things in the game that you're going to die to, and you do not ever want to die to a Rook. And you can see on the map here the Rook storm. Every time you play the game, do side missions, main missions, this fills up. Killing special Vamps does that. I would suggest if you're doing a replay, always do the lighthouse mission first. That's where you'll kill your first Rook over here. And then do your safe house secondary missions, because that's going to just give you lots of legendary guns to play with in your stash. The more Rooks you kill, the more legendary guns you get, and the more fun you can have with pew-pewing. I just got my first legendary UV ray, but the blue and the purple ones is pretty fine, even for that one, for the stake gun. So skills, this is true on any of them, that you want to do your first points into MO. MO is a little bit hard, and you haven't got a lot of money. I've got 200,000 sort of currency there. It's only about 3,000, I think, to fill all of my MO up. And so you want to be able to fill up and have max MO as early as possible in the game, so you're not always running out, swapping guns, and you can use your preferred legendary guns. So I would, obviously put 2 points in there first. These as soon as it allows. They're only 1 pointers again. These are all 1 points. These are all 1 points. That one doesn't unlock to level 7, and that one doesn't unlock to level 12. By level 12 on your first playthrough, you'll hit the Hollow Man by about then, if you've done some vampire nests and things. And a tip for there, if you're dying in the vampire nest, you don't have to kill them. You can stealth through those nests if you don't break the blue lines. Kill the heart at the end, and it'll explode all the Vamps in the nest. It's supposed to be a stealth mission, sort of, and you can die there early until you get some skills happening and you work out how to kill the Vamps with the UV ray. The key is the UV ray and the stake gun are really the most powerful in the game. Now, the Hollow Man really is your first boss, and the stake gun is the most powerful bossing weapon in the game. It really nukes their health down compared to every other gun that I've tried. So if you're playing on harder difficulties, you really want to make sure it only holds a small amount of ammo, and I'll show you that in a second, that is done. You might want to do a health recovery, but to be honest, in the oh crap moments, it's not fast enough to regen, and it only regens a little bit. You're really using health packs and burning those to get your health up in an oh crap moment, and you're using your psychic energy, whatever they call it, residue, just to get a big heal up. And I don't put any points into that. I did in co-op trying, but it just didn't seem. And in co-op, I max those out. I just respect what you can do at level 10. It does cost support essence or currency. But what I found is BRIBON, my little robot man, which is sort of okay at the start, but not brilliant, gets very powerful and will just have everything hitting it and not you. And you get a few Vamps on you, and they're fast. And on midnight, 1 or 2 slashes can take your whole health down. So it's worth investing into that. So 1 point, these are These are 2 points, and then that's a 3 point. So it's a bit to invest in, but I think it's worth at least going out to this tree. Now, if you want to do some C4 charge, I do throw those when they're gripped up, but most of the time my guns will take care of that as long as he's taking the heat and not me. I'm happy about that. Certainly worth putting 1 point into these early before I started filling this tree right out. I did these 1 pointers, but being able to carry 8 med packs, every hero has these ones are different for them. And so for this hero, you're a healer, really. So an extra, eight total health packs instead of 5 is good for 1 point. Support currency, I buy every time I'm back there, lockpicks, and I always make sure I'm capped out on lockpicks and rewire packs. So I don't have to hunt around in the game and search everything. I like the game doesn't force you to sort of scrounge around in every nook and cranny just to be able to shoot something and not run out of ammo. Every safe house, you can fill up for about $3,000 at this level. It gets a bit dearer as you get higher. I do like that at close range. It's only humans, but sometimes you'll just get jumped, and that can just mean you nuke it quickly with a shoddy or something like that. And this one here, you can choose, these are all sort of optional in some ways, but human enemies take additional damage at close range if those allies are also close to REMI, so a support one. Now, I'll just show you here, because I just did this and restarted the game, had to wait a while for the Vamps to come back, but just to talk a bit about weapons. Now, it took me a while to work this out. It was playing in co-op that we actually worked it out. My son would use the ray gun, but these guns, I always have these two on all 4 characters. And the reason is the hardest content of the game are the special Vamps, the anglers, the siphoners. By the way, with the siphoners, if they siphon, you can go around a corner, break line of sight, and they'll stop siphoning. The anglers are the most dangerous. They'll pull you in. If you have the stake gun out mid-air, shoot it once, it'll drop you. So they don't pull you to the end and then nuke you. So the stake gun's just absolutely crucial for bossing, but it's just crucial in world play, because the humans, if you use your cover and you're a bit smart, even on midnight I'm playing at the moment, which is hard, they're the ones that are going to kill you more than the humans. The humans can too, but you've got your BRIBON to take the heat for that. And it's your short cooldown. So let's go in here and just see, I should say, just in terms of other weapons, I suppose, I do like these 2 weapons preferred. The assault rifles, because you can only have 1 slot, you always got to have these full. Game doesn't pause. It's not like some games where you can do your mouse wheel and your weapon wheel and swap your preferred weapons out. I hope they do add that, really. People are complaining they're dying when pausing the game, and there is a death cost that you lose currency. But the perfectly normal burns through ammo, so as long as you're willing to spend some money, which isn't a problem, when it runs out, and keep an eye on how many bullets pew-pews. It's one of the strongest guns in the game. The other one, whoops, I'm getting killed right now. So let's go here. Now this just freezes so quick. This is midnight, right? Now they usually don't die that quick. This is a legendary version of this, so it's pretty good. Just proving it doesn't pause. I just heard the audio. So what was I saying? So these guns are just essential. Now, the perfectly normal's great. The shoddy, I just keep getting, and this is the thing about the RNG of the game, I've got 3 in this, killing lots of Rooks. And that's why you want to do the lighthouse early on your first playthrough even. Get your Rooks done so you can start getting some legendaries. And it's a sure thing, every Rook will drop a legendary. If you die, the Rook disappears, so you've just lost your whole gaining that currency on the map to fill up by killing stuff. Another one's going to sort of spawn soonish by just doing a few more missions in the game. So that one burns a lot of ammo, but the Cast Special is one of my favourite for just playing, because it's so efficient on ammo. It's a single shot, like a DMR gun. But it does 75% bonus damage to the head, where this does 30% just extra damage in general. So even if it's not a headshot, it'll take out Vamps, it'll take out anything, but it does burn some ammo. The pistols, you can't stake anything, so you're going to have to cycle through to another weapon, except the one pistol that does kill the vampire without having to use your F key. You can see the stakes are on that, is this. The snipers also don't stake, so the sniper guns are really only useful for long shot humans in terms of a weapon summary as well. But they're the main guns that I really like. I have tried some of the others, but they're my favourites, and I'll show you the perfectly normal now. So we're going to go in here, and I found that easy to die in this spot with the vamps that are on here. Well, that was last time. Let's see if there's as many as last time. Like, there's a couple there. Here they are. There are lots of them. Now that's going to kill me. I just throw out my pet, get support out, and start freezing out. They're all of my pet. You can throw a C4 charge there, but you don't really need it. You just need to freeze these and melee them quick. See, my pet's got them all on. He's even damaging them when I turn them to stone, because the electrical damage he does kills them. Red mist there, I've got to watch out for. Now that is just showing Remi at her best. And I do like, did you see how much health I just got there? And this one here, these actually are different for each character. And this one is good because it gives us more health by healing. We've got 8 healing. And, well, that's the blood drain there, but just that it reduces, yeah, so you've got different ones here. Let me see what others are there. That was the legendary there, but I'm going to stick with this one. I do like that one. That's great for 25. That's the one I thought I had on, actually, because it reduces the channel time for healing, so you can really heal really quick, like bang, you're healed. So that's a good one. So the healing is all about this class, and it also gives you heal with medical supplies for an additional 15, so you get a lot more healing from it. The game is beautiful. It's got a lot. I'm on a PC. I'm getting 60 frames right now. I love the, you know, the beautiful moonlight. I think it's fantastic. You don't sink 70 hours into a game when it's not. All classes are viable. If you want to take a screenshot for your skills, that's what I would suggest, at least at this point of the game. That's a little bit over one playthrough. Have a good day and enjoy.